Welcome to Streaming News Network, where we deliver balanced reporting with the facts that matter. This edition is hosted by Claude McDaniel. Please like and subscribe.
This is Claude McDaniel and this is Streaming News Network. We begin with our first report. A Florida murder trial is underway in the killing of Microsoft executive Jared Bridegon, with prosecutors alleging his ex-wife and her new husband were behind a carefully planned murder-for-hire plot. Bridegon, 33, was driving home in February of 2022 after dropping off his 9-year-old twins when he encountered a tire blocking the road near Jacksonville Beach. Authorities say Bridegon got out of his vehicle and was shot multiple times. His 2-year-old daughter was inside the vehicle and narrowly escaped injury. Prosecutors allege Bridegon's ex-wife, Shauna Gardner, and her husband, Mario Fernandez Saldana, had knowledge of his schedule and route following years of bitter disputes involving custody, finances, and co-parenting. Fernandez Saldana is now standing trial on charges including first-degree murder and solicitation of murder. Prosecutors allege Henry Tenon, a former tenant of Fernandez Saldana, carried out the shooting. Gardner faces separate charges, including first-degree murder and conspiracy, with her trial scheduled for next month. Both Gardner and Fernandez Saldana have denied the allegations, and the charges against them remain accusations unless proven beyond a reasonable doubt in court. This is Streaming News Network. A remarkable scene unfolded off the North Carolina coast, where drone footage captured what appeared to be hundreds of sharks swimming in relatively shallow water near Masonboro Island. The footage shows groups of sharks moving just beneath the surface, with some briefly breaking through the water as they appear to pursue prey. A lone stingray was also seen swimming along the edge of the massive gathering. Experts say large groups of sharks can gather during seasonal migrations as they move between warmer and cooler waters while following food sources. The exact species shown in the footage has not been confirmed. North Carolina's Atlantic waters are home to more than a dozen species of sharks. The person who recorded the video described being amazed by the sheer number of sharks visible near the beach. While the sight may be startling, seasonal shark gatherings are a natural part of the marine environment. This is Streaming News Network. The San Diego County Sheriff is restricting Immigration and Customs Enforcement from using sheriff's facilities for training and firearms qualifications, while continuing to allow United States Customs and Border Protection to use a county firing range. Sheriff Kelly Martinez said the decision involving Immigration and Customs Enforcement was driven by concerns about community trust and reports of armed confrontations involving the agency in other parts of the country. However, Martinez is opposing efforts to cut off Customs and Border Protection from the county's Otay range. She says removing that access could create longer border delays, affect commerce and place additional pressure on the region's economy. The sheriff's office says more than 225,000 people enter the United States through San Diego area ports of entry each day, including motorists, pedestrians, and commercial truck drivers. Officials warn that losing access to nearby training facilities could require Customs and Border Protection officers to spend more time away from border inspection stations, potentially reducing staffing and increasing wait times. The San Diego County Board of Supervisors has directed officials to pursue ending facility agreements with both federal agencies, but Martinez says Customs and Border Protection access should remain. The sheriff's office says it is exploring alternative training locations. This is Streaming News Network. An Ohio mother of 3 was killed in a freak highway accident after a massive tree suddenly fell onto her sport utility vehicle. 35-year-old Bridget Reagan of Minerva was driving a 2023 Jeep Wagoneer westbound on United States Route 30 in Paris Township when the tree came crashing down onto her vehicle. The accident happened Saturday afternoon at approximately 5:24 p.m. Reagan was pronounced dead at the scene. Authorities are investigating whether saturated ground, a weakened tree or decay contributed to the collapse. Investigators have described the incident as a tragic accident that could have happened to anyone. Reagan was well known in Minerva as the owner of Chic Haven, a clothing and home decor boutique. Her sudden death has prompted an outpouring of grief from friends, customers and fellow business owners. Reagan was also remembered for supporting veterans and charitable causes. A fundraiser has been established to help cover funeral expenses and support her 3 children. Local businesses and community members have also organized tributes in her memory, including a memorial candle featuring a fragrance she especially loved, with proceeds going to her family. Reagan's loved ones say her children were the center of her world, and the community she served will deeply feel her loss. This is Streaming News Network. A pre-game moment involving the Atlanta Dream and Indiana Fever has sparked a heated debate among WNBA fans. Before Sunday's matchup at State Farm Arena, Indiana Fever players, including Caitlin Clark, were on the court as the national anthem was performed. The Atlanta Dream, including star Angel Reese, remained in the locker room. Video of the contrasting scenes quickly spread online, generating criticism from some fans and renewed discussion about player expression and the role of patriotism in professional sports. The Dream has used this approach during previous seasons, so the decision was not unprecedented. The controversy comes amid the highly publicized rivalry between Clark and Reese, whose matchups consistently attract major attention. The discussion also comes after Reese was recently seen singing "Lift Every Voice and Sing" during another game, describing the moment as emotionally meaningful. On the basketball court, the Fever defeated the Dream 95-91 in overtime. Clark led Indiana with 26 points and 9 assists, while Reese recorded 15 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 assists. The national anthem debate has once again placed the WNBA at the intersection of sports, personal expression, and cultural issues. This is Streaming News Network. A 20-year-old Wilmington, North Carolina, woman has been sentenced to between 30 and 48 months in prison after pleading guilty to a downtown stabbing. Josiamano Muldrow-Green pleaded guilty on August 13 to assault with a deadly weapon inflicting serious injury. Prosecutors say the incident happened around 2:10 in the morning on April 5, following an argument among several women that escalated into a physical fight on North Front Street. Authorities say Muldrow-Green used a knife while fighting another woman, cutting her multiple times and causing severe injuries to her arms and hands. The attack reportedly ended when Muldrow-Green was pulled away. Investigators recovered the knife after another person allegedly discarded it nearby. Police also obtained cell phone video recorded by a witness. The stabbing occurred less than a block from another downtown stabbing that same night that resulted in the death of a 21-year-old United States Marine. Police said the two incidents were unrelated. Prosecutors also said Muldrow-Green has 7 previous assault-related convictions, along with multiple larceny offenses. She will now serve a prison sentence of up to 4 years. This is Streaming News Network. A 21-year-old California man has been sentenced to 5 years and 4 months in state prison after a high-speed crash killed his girlfriend and a friend. Leonardo Rodriguez pleaded guilty in June to 2 felony counts of gross vehicular manslaughter. A Ventura County judge imposed the sentence last week for the October 2024 collision. Prosecutors say Rodriguez was driving a Honda Accord southbound on United States Route 101 in Newbury Park shortly after 5:26 in the morning when he attempted to pass another vehicle by driving onto the highway shoulder. Investigators say Rodriguez was traveling at approximately 124 miles per hour when he struck a tractor-trailer that was parked on the shoulder. His girlfriend, Serenity Rizcala, was sitting in the front passenger seat and was ejected from the vehicle. She was pronounced dead at the scene. Rodriguez's friend, Michael Estrella, was seated in the rear passenger seat and was also ejected and killed. A third passenger survived with minor injuries, while Rodriguez also suffered minor injuries. The crash was captured by a motorist's dashboard camera. Authorities found no evidence that alcohol or drugs contributed to the collision. Prosecutors called the deaths preventable and said the extreme speed left virtually no margin for error. This is Streaming News Network. Actress Michelle Rodriguez is speaking out about what she describes as a troubling number of young entertainers dying in recent years, following the death of Hayden Panettiere at the age of 36. Rodriguez, 48, made the comments at a 25th anniversary screening of The Fast and the Furious in Los Angeles. She said she is saddened by the number of young people who have died and questioned what may be behind the trend, while emphasizing that she did not want to speculate. Rodriguez had a personal connection to Panettiere. The two co-hosted the World Music Awards in 2010. Remembering Panettiere, Rodriguez described her as having a curious spirit and being happy and joyful, saying that is how she wants to remember the actress. Panettiere was reportedly found unresponsive at a rental property in Greenville, South Carolina, on Sunday. Emergency responders attempted to revive her, but she was pronounced dead at 2:32 in the afternoon. The actress had publicly discussed struggles with addiction and postpartum depression, as well as the challenges she experienced after becoming a child star. Panettiere's death has also renewed attention on other former child actors who died relatively young, including Michelle Trachtenberg and Davy Chase. Rodriguez says the growing number of young celebrity deaths is deeply troubling, while stopping short of suggesting a specific cause. This is Streaming News Network. Ella Langley's hit song, Choosin Texas, continues its remarkable run at the top of the Billboard Hot 100, spending an 18th week at number 1. The country hit first reached the top of the chart in February and has already broken multiple records during its historic run. Now, Langley is just 1 week away from potentially tying the longest reign at number 1 for a non-holiday song in the history of the Billboard Hot 100, a chart that dates back to 1958. The song's continued dominance also highlights the growing strength of country music on the mainstream chart. Country songs currently occupy 4 of the top 5 positions on the Hot 100. Billboard's Hot 100 combines several measures of music popularity, including streaming, radio airplay, and song sales in the United States. Streaming totals include official audio and video plays, while sales include eligible physical and digital purchases. Choosin Texas has become one of the biggest country crossover hits in recent memory, and its 18th consecutive week at number 1 puts Langley on the verge of another major chart milestone. The big question now is whether the song can hold the top position for one more week and enter an even more exclusive place in Hot 100 history. I am Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. Thank you for watching and staying informed.
Thank you for viewing Streaming News Network videos, and also short and special reports. Please like, subscribe, and tap the bell to be notified of additional reports.